Being on TV does come with its perks, I will admit. Yesterday, Kanoa went skydiving with a sports star, and I go straight to the front of the line at cafes. So it's actually...
Yeah, no, that's not the same thing. That's just you being really rude and pushing in front of everybody.
That explains why I'm banned from Starbucks, making sense to me. But anyway, when Jesse told us Air New Zealand sent him to the Chatham Islands for work, we all scoffed until he discovered a plan for everyday Kiwis to save the world.
800 kilometres east of mainland New Zealand, the fight for survival has been raging for centuries. In the Chathams, native forests have been hacked and burnt away to an echo of their former glory. More native birds face extinction here than anywhere else in the country.
They've declined to the point where they were pretty much not known to exist on the island.
While the indigenous Moriori came dangerously close to being wiped out too.
The people have been abused, our history's been abused.
Living under this kind of threat feels a world away, but our world, this pale blue dot, is facing the same enemy, all of us. But our national carrier wants to put us on a return flight. Chatham's Mayor, Alfred Priest, is giving 1,400 hectares back to Mother Nature. It's a third of his Owenga cattle farm. And Air New Zealand customers are paying for it. The airline calculates the emissions their trip will generate, and then, with a single tick, a donation offsets their carbon footprint.
When people click that little box that they want to pay for the carbon on their flight, it's quite abstract, but it becomes quite real when you wander out here.
By clicking that box, it helps grow these opportunities to improve the environment. This is a potential outcome. The whole area of the south of the Chathams is forest that's found nowhere else in the world. So it's quite unique for the wildlife. There's some taikos in this area and rare Chatham Island pigeons, so things go together, don't they?
Reforestation helps the endangered creatures that call this home battle back from the brink. And for Kiwis, that's the people, not the birds, they'll be saving this home too.
It's not just about carbon credits and climate change, it's actually about regenerating this whole ecosystem. There's endangered species that live on the Chatham Islands, and being able to rebuild their habitat is something that is an amazing outcome from this project. What's really promising is we have seen changes in the uptake rate of voluntary carbon offsetting by passengers.
Air travel makes up at least 2% of the world's greenhouse emissions, but just last month, 10,000 passengers made a difference, using this new plan to zero out their trip. It's a small tick making a big difference. So think about it next time you take to the skies.
Your grandchildren live with you on the farm, so when they're your age, what do you hope will be surrounding them?
When their time comes, it'll be a different place.
Wow.
There was a cameo at the end there from Blaze. If you're watching tonight, hi there, Blaze. She's cool. And it's an amazing place to go. Like the Chathams, a lot of us have just been burnt off for farmland, but it's the native trees want to grow so much there that you don't actually need to plant them. If you put a fence up and stop stock from eating them, then the whole thing just springs up. The seeds are in the ground and they want to grow.
That's
It's
amazing.
good stuff, Jesse. It almost makes me want to get into conservation. But my takeaway from that is how cool was it you walking out on that cliff top?
Oh, yeah.
And I reckon you might get a call from Hallenstein.
I reckon what's going to happen is housewives across New Zealand are just going to make like a gif of Jesse walking up and gazing out at the sea.
I mean, honestly, what a hunk. Like,
Look at it.
Look at that.
Oh, to be honest, there it is. Look at it.
What's he thinking about?
Oh, look at him, he's so moody.
To be honest, I'd go with the photo because in the video the walk's a bit weird. But that's
I
fantastic.
feel like you're taking the wrong message out of my special Chatham Islands.
No, we'll save all the stuff. But
We are not.
Tick the box. Start ticking the box.
This is 7 p.m. The Project, weeknights on 3.